Being a Godzilla fan is often a test of patience. We have had to endure some of the longest hiatuses, with periods of 10 years or longer before seeing a single Godzilla movie. This decade, however, we seem to be experiencing something of a rebirth, culminating in the first Godzilla movie from Toho in 7 years, Godzilla -1. With this being the first authentic Toho Godzilla movie in 7 years, we are sure to expect a lot out of it. Audiences in Japan have already seen this movie, but for us we are still playing that familiar waiting game. During this time, we often begin to anticipate what we hope to get from the movie. In this video, I will explore the top 5 things I want out of this Godzilla movie. Godzilla -1. Number 1. The Return of Odo Island. Odo Island, or in Japanese, Otojima, is a fictional island from the first Godzilla film, Gojira. Since that time, this island has gone missing from familiar Godzilla movies for 69 years. But since -1 seems to be exploring some familiar themes, I hope to see the return of this very island. In the original film, this island was the place Godzilla first made landfall, reflected in the Japanese translation of the island's name, Big Door. It is literally and culturally the entryway of Godzilla from myth to reality in the movies. The island is steeped in myth and legend, and the stories of Gojira snatching away disobedient children are still used effectively to scare them into obedience. They even still retain the ancient rituals once used to ward off the vengeful and hungry Gojira. This island itself was referenced in Shin Godzilla, as it is the hometown of Dr. Goromaki, whose writings helped the JSDF stop Godzilla's reign of terror, but an actual appearance from the island could help enrich -1's plot, and cement Godzilla as a monster right out of legend. Number 2. The Tokyo Godzilla Society. The Tokyo Godzilla Society is a concept that never actually featured in any of the Godzilla movies, but was included in the novelization by Shigeru Kayama, who wrote the original story for Gojira and its sequel, Godzilla Raids Again, or more properly, Godzilla's Counterattack. The Tokyo Godzilla Society is said to be a group of mysterious cultists who revere Godzilla as a vengeful god. They leave mysterious threats in their wake, leaving the public to wonder who exactly are these men and what is their true tie to Godzilla. Theories abound, even framing Dr. Yamane, the scientist who discovered Godzilla, as the leader of this society, while other theories frame Godzilla as a robot designed to fill this dark society's twisted purpose. The inclusion of this group could add mystery and intrigue to what could be an otherwise very straightforward plot. Number 3. Steve Martin. Yes, you heard me right. For those of you who don't know, when Gojira was released in America, it was renamed Godzilla, King of the Monsters, and became a heavily modified version of the story, which somehow spliced American actor Raymond Burr in as an American reporter named Steve Martin. This actually helped the company avoid heavy dubbing, as most of the lines were said in their original Japanese, with a few exceptions, which is translated for Steve Martin at the convenience of American audiences. In the American version of this movie, Steve Martin is there to visit his friend Dr. Serizawa. Even though Gojira is certainly a better movie than its American counterpart, the character of Steve Martin was actually fun to follow in the American version, as he uncovered the truth behind mysterious shipwrecks and ancient islander traditions. In Godzilla -1, I could easily see him as a character delving into government conspiracy as a crusader of truth, possibly getting himself into quite a bit of trouble in the process, especially if the Japanese, or even American government, is hoping to keep Godzilla under wraps. Number 4. Godzilla's Personality. One thing I feel gets passed over far too often is Godzilla's personality, but I actually have high hopes for seeing a glimmer of it here. Godzilla is vengeance. He is a creature scarred and deformed by the hydrogen bomb, and who seeks revenge on the perpetrators. They destroyed his habitat, his home, so he will destroy theirs. There is a quote from Godzilla Final Wars that I feel sums it up perfectly. Long before you were born, men did a terrible thing and made Godzilla angry. They made a huge fire and burned everything on the land. Godzilla will never forget it. In the trailers for Godzilla -1, one of the characters says something that hints at the same thing. He'll never forgive us. I feel like this raw emotion could make the movie 10 times better than the average Godzilla movie, which, as spectacular as they all are, do not show nearly enough of Godzilla's personality for proper emotional impact on average. Number 5. Godzilla Survives an Atomic Bomb. In some Godzilla movies, such as Godzilla 1984, and more recently, Shin Godzilla, certain countries such as Russia and the United States of America have tried to force Japan to allow the use of nuclear weapons on Godzilla, but these countries are always thwarted. I believe that if this plot point were to be used in this movie, only this time the bomb was actually dropped, it would have such a dramatic effect and emotional impact, especially because it would be so unexpected. It is always assumed that the atomic bomb would be able to destroy Godzilla, but it probably wouldn't. It would just make him stronger, just like the hydrogen bomb that awoke him in the first place. If this happened, it would probably be the strongest anti-nuclear message a movie like this could deliver. Atomic bombs don't make things better, just worse. What do you think of my top 5 things I want to see in a Godzilla movie? Do you agree? Or do you think the movie would be better without the inclusion of these 5 elements? What do you want to see in this movie? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. And if you liked this video, please click that thumbs up button, share this video, and subscribe to the JP Zilla channel.